Hello and welcome to episode 46 of MIFF's podcast.
Whoopity whoop whoop whoop.
Maybe we should rebrand it. Instead of being MIFFs, should we call it SVIM? As in MIFFs backwards. SVIM.
Yes, SVIMs.
Is that like the Norwegian version?
It's the Norwegian version,
yeah. Not the
How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'm alright despite that not strong opener. It was a gamble, but we're currently sat in a cold caravan. Why are we doing this to ourselves? I moved into...
Side note, will it be 2019 when this comes out, or will it still be 2018 but the new year?
Can we start again?
Welcome to MIFFS. I'm Matt Huss.
And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
What?
What? It's really interesting. Welcome to MIFFS. Welcome to MIFFS.
Hello! Welcome to episode 46 of MIFF's podcast. The last one of 2018!
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah,
Oh.
get in.
Get
In the trout.
In the trout. This has been detrouted.
Boom.
We've been doing MIFFs for it in just under a year now.
Just
Dan.
under a year, yeah. It feels like over though, because we discussed the idea in 2017.
We may have done a recording.
We dabbled, yeah.
We do dabble. Yeah, we said we've technically been going over for a year, but we've started broadcasting just in 2018, and wow, what a year it's been as well. We've grown a lot. I've slept in many cars.
Many cars, yeah. I have pubic hair now.
Oh yeah, Dan and I, for the podcast, we usually have to stay at each other's houses, and Dan and I have a very close fraternal bond, something I cherish dearly. However, I found the line the other day, the genuine line.
When we slept in the same room. Same bed even.
Same bed, because I stay at Dan's, he lives in London, so it's either that or the closet, so, which I'm deeply in. So I sleep in Dan's bed, and we were talking, and then, you know, like in a good sleepover.
We were just like having a nice, deep, meaningful conversation about life and how Matt had just been recently dumped because of his haircut.
Shut up. It's only a week after my fake birthday, so please be nice to me.
Sorry.
But like, she didn't actually do me for that, by the way, just to clarify. But she...
This is his personality.
I'm writing the show I'm writing about at the moment. I was like, oh, maybe stand-up comedy is the reason why no girls like me. And this Geordie comic called Cy Beckwith was like, nah, it's your personality. I was like, fucking hell, mate.
No, sorry, but yeah, we were in bed together.
And we were just we were chatting, and one thing led to another. And then I realised the line at which I draw the sand with Dan. He goes, I'm not going to tell you the context, but he was like, oh, Matt, would you like to feel my pubes? And I said no. I think that was only polite, really. As a professional, I would like to say no to touching your pubes. I can touch them now if you want for the podcast. I'm happy to degrade myself on air, but off air, I have a line. So, what do your pubes feel like, Dan?
Pretty soft, actually.
Oh yeah, that was the conversation. Yeah,
That was the conversation,
yeah.
I think it was.
Pretty soft.
Pretty soft.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this on air.
Yeah.
This is obviously the final day of 2018, it's been a great year.
Matt, what's your highlights for 2018? Go. Top 3.
Does it have to be that
Best
many?
and worst.
Best and worst. Oh, we know the worst. I think doing Edinburgh Fringe this year was such a benevolent and heartwarming experience. There were some awful bits to it, but equally, I think it breaks you down and builds you back up. And I think I'm a stronger person for it. Other highlights, I don't know. I think I had a lot of experience this year in terms of life experience. I've been trying to live a bit more and be happier, I guess. And let me think of a third one. But how about you?
Well, I started my job in February of 2018,
cool.
so that was a big move. Obviously, it was my first full year living in London.
Oh,
That's exciting.
Yeah.
In London. That's exciting.
Oh,
I went to South Africa.
South Africa?
South Africa.
Oh, yeah, I forget you
very nice.
you actually have a life, yeah.
That was very nice. I saw various plays. I bought an Odeon Limitless card, the best thing I've ever purchased in all my whole entire life.
Then I realised you don't have that much of a life. It's like you travel, and that's it.
I had 2 flights cancelled in the space of 2 days, and I didn't go on holiday to Slovenia.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a
Walking
funny
back
story,
through an
though.
airport twice. Never. That's not a plot. I can't believe that. I hope that I never have to do that again. Walk back through customs with people that have just come off a plane, having been to holiday,
Yeah.
and look the customs agent in the eye and go, and he's like, "This is weird. Your passport isn't." Yeah, I never left.
Yeah.
I never left. That's why it says I haven't left, because I haven't.
Oh my god. That's so sad.
That was depressing. But otherwise, it's been a good year. I've enjoyed doing some podcasts.
Yeah, I think the Miss has been such a highlight in my year. And also, I guess I started running my own gigs and started writing my own shows. So I'm kind of being more self-sufficient comedy-wise.
Well, you're basically a full-time comedian now, and you weren't last year.
Yeah, I guess. And Miss kind of makes me very happy. So, but
What do you reckon 2019 will bring? A new car, hopefully.
what do we? Oh, my car is delightful. Thank you. In fact, do you know what? That slander, right? I like my car. It's very, very nice. A low light is it being very dirty all the time, and I have to sleep in it. But the other day, right, I got back from Leeds, and I got into my car. It's been frosty, right, and someone wrote a message, and this is weird. I don't know what. I only leave messages for people I know.
Yeah.
But no one I knew. And someone, do you know what they wrote on the side of my car?
What are
Dan?
they writing at?
They wrote on my window, "Shit car." Like, what? That's not very nice, is it? Like,
Just a random person wrote shit car on your car.
I mean, I don't like.
No, it's not that shit.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
Thank you. Like,
I only joke about it because it's just a different type of messy every time I get in it.
yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind it being messy, and it is messy. But they're not saying that. They're saying you've got a shit car, and I was like, well. And I was genuinely kind of like upset by it, and I was like, well, the way I justified it was like, well, at least I don't have a shit personality. Yeah. I'm a fucking professional comedian, and that was my heckle comeback. To no one, by the way. It's kind of a running away heckle as well. Like, someone's like... But who had that thought to go, oh, yeah...
I'm going to waste time.
Yeah.
Get a cold finger writing shit car.
But there's no need to it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Dan, have you been up to much recently? I mean, before the new year, have you been partying or anything like that? Or
I went to the engagement party.
What was that?
I went to Cardiff because my best friend's getting married.
So how do you feel about that?
Pretty old.
Yeah.
That's old when friends start getting married.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be best man, though. That's an experience.
You have to?
I have to take some tips from you, because you've been best man twice.
How many times have you been married? 0.
So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I had to work there the day the morning I got back from Cardiff. So
So you went all the way to Cardiff.
yeah, and then had to work the next day.
So why did you go out in Cardiff, and how was that experience?
Cardiff, it turns out, is very cheap.
Is it?
Yeah, it was an engagement party. We didn't like go out on the town.
Oh.
It was like
What?
£2.50 a pint.
Wait, why didn't you go out in town?
Because it was like an organised party, like an actual engagement party for them. So there's like 50 people there.
Lame. Well, you can't get fucked up at that, can you? You can't
Well, maybe not, because there's a lot of old people there.
Oh.
Plus I didn't want to, because I knew at 5:45 in the morning I was going to have to get up and then go all the way into work.
Did you get wasted with Beryl?
Beryl?
Oh, there's still some Jaeger bombs.
No, I didn't. But it was very nice to see everyone. We'll never do that again. I will never commute into London from Cardiff if I need to be at work.
How long was that?
It took fucking ages.
Was it?
I left at 5:45 a.m. and then I worked till 5. But it's like a 12-hour day from commute to... I mean, some people actually do that, though. That's what's sad.
Yeah.
There are some people that will have those kind of commutes every day. Because I started work at 11, you see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say.
Yeah,
So it's actually faster to go from Yorkshire to London than...
It was. It would
Yeah.
have been, yeah. It would have been.
So do you like Wales?
It was a Sunday as well, I might add, so the trains and everything were a bit messed up, which is why it probably took longer than usual.
Yeah,
I do like Wales. I've only really been twice now.
I went once.
Both times, a bit like this, very briefly, for like a few... I've been to like Wales on holiday, but not... Cardiff, sorry, I've never really been to, apart from this time. I've been to Cardiff twice, but very briefly, so I've never really seen the city. But I have been to Wales, because it's got very nice beaches in Wales.
Oh, nice one.
Never been to Scotland, though.
You never been to Scotland?
Never been to Scotland.
That's weird. Aren't you?
People think that's weird.
That is weird. Like, it's nice you travel all the world, but you don't go to Scotland.
No, never been to Scotland. Well, I've never... Because it's there, I've never... Sometimes it can be quite expensive to go to places like Scotland.
I'll tell you what, why don't we go up to... in the new year, we can do some Scottish.
I could have just stayed on the train.
Yeah,
That
you
would take
could,
me to
yeah.
Edinburgh.
So, are you excited to be a best man?
I am excited, yeah. It's for 2020. Give it a good go.
2020? They're having engagement parties now. Get you. Oh, they're so organised. Oh, I'm kind of jealous.
No, it'll be exciting. I'll
Have you
rehearse
started writing
it
your
for you.
speech?
No, I haven't started writing my speech. I will at some point.
Probably the day before.
I'm going to keep it nice and short, maybe like 30, 40 minutes.
Here's my ballad. I am. Here's an idea. Why don't we record the best man speech on this podcast, and then you just have to press play when you're there.
Just sit down.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Yeah.
It's like, don't you dare start talking. This is my speech. Be quiet. Welcome to Miss.
I was going to do a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation.
Imagine making the bride's day about you, which is essentially what I did for both my best man speeches.
So, how does Dan know me? Yeah, his name is also Dan, by the way. I'm not referencing myself.
Or maybe the person in your head was also Dan.
That's
as well.
true. That's true.
Anyway, Spanish General, would you like to do the myth today?
I would like to do the myth today. That's the new year, horn.
Don't you fucking dare. I will slice you, mate. I'm not an aggressive
Slice
person.
you? No one has ever said that. It's shank or stab. Not slice.
Or, I'm going to do something more devastating. I'm going to Scrabble you.
Oh, by the way, people, me and Matt played Scrabble earlier, and he wouldn't let me have the word jibs. Jibs.
Jibs is not
as in
a
the
word.
jib of a boat, plural.
You didn't know what jib
Oh,
meant.
shut up. You weren't having
Your
it.
definition for
You
jib.
weren't having it.
Your
And he
definition.
wouldn't let me have pubes, which I get because it's pubic hair. But jibs is a word. It's even in the dictionary.
Well, if you think jibs is a word, you're a fucking idiot. But you can email into us at misspodcast@gmail.com. You think if you're a pirate and you think jibs is a word, email in. All right.
Would have scored me 36 points.
Myths.
All right. Let's do this.
Let's begin. Shall I start, Matt?
Yeah. So what are we doing today, Mike?
I think I'm going to do Cadmus.
Cadmus, like Cadbury's.
And he was in a thing recently that we did. Not the last episode because that was Christmas episode before.
17th. Sorry, episode 44. It was
Episode 44.
It was Europa, and Europa had a brother called Cadmus, and he was the founder of Thebes. And little did we know, Cadmus has his own story.
His own story about how he actually founded Thebes.
Thebes. Can we call it Thebes from now on?
Thebes,
The
yeah.
city of Thebes! No, it's Thebes. No, Thebes! Thebes, okay.
And it turns out it isn't the one in Egypt. It's in Greece, above Athens. We did question that last time,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is
it's-
north of Athens. We are correct.
Oh, great. I was a little bit unsure about that, but... Because I've always wondered, but I kind of assumed because they point that out.
So we won't do we got a lot of backstory. We'll do that very quickly, and that is, of course, that his sister was abducted by Zeus, pretending to be a cow, and he swam to Crete, and then seduced in inverted commas, and then she had 3 children, one of which was King Minos. Anyway,
However,
meanwhile, she's been abducted, and whilst this is happening, the rest of the world is like, or the rest of her family are like, hey, where's Europa? So her dad makes her brothers go and find them. She's got 4 brothers, 3 of them basically just buggered off and went travelling to Africa and Asia in search of her, in inverted commas again. And yeah, Cadmus ended up on his travels looking for his sister, founding the city of Thebes, which was a big city back in the day.
yeah, and a lot of which kind of notable people lived there, Dan? Yes, the famous person.
Theseus, wasn't he Thebes?
No,
Oh, god damn it.
I was
Perseus, was he Thebes?
nope.
I'll tell you who was though. Oedipus.
Oedipus
Was Thebes.
Antigone.
Antigone was Thebes. Yeah,
A
yeah.
blind prophet.
The blind prophet. Yeah.
Well, there was also a blind prophet called
Tantalus.
no.
Tiresias.
Yeah, there we go.
Tiresias.
Because Mount Cathiron there is there. That's
Yeah,
where, he saw the snakes butting each other.
So, so anyway, it's a big old deal, isn't it, Matt?
It is
A big old deal.
So,
Shall I begin?
yes, please.
So,
So,
yeah, context.
We'll skip over the bits we don't
he's
need.
looking for his sister. Oh, she's not being. Well, no, actually, can I just say, didn't the Oracle? All his other brothers went looking for her, but
Yeah.
he did the sensible thing because he's the youngest one and said, "Hey, Oracle of Delphi, is my sister okay?"
Hey, Oracle of Delphi, you want to help me out,
Yeah.
you schmuck?
He's like, "Your sister is fine,"
He was,
and he was like, "Cheers. Well, whilst I'm here, I may as well start a city."
yes,
So
a whole new world. Yeah, sorry, go on.
The Oracle advised... We'll start from where the Oracle left off, basically, after he's left the Oracle. The Oracle advised him, Cadmus, to give up the search for Europa and instead to found a new city. So he actually got told... It was actually the guy that told him.
You know how I mentioned 2 weeks ago that the Oracle is on Zeus' payroll, so the Oracle's like, oh, just give up on her. That's kind of wrong, isn't it? Yeah, so, again, it's quite cruel.
He was instructed to follow a cow he would find... He was instructed to follow a cow he would find outside the Oracle and build a city on the spot where the cow would stop to rest. Sure enough, Cadmus soon found a cow a few metres from the Oracle and followed it. The cow reached Batia, where, after crossing the shallow stream of Cephissus, I probably pronounced that wrong, it lied on the ground in fatigue.
Can we just clarify one thing? Because I feel 2 weeks ago, I let you say what was it? You say
Boeotia, I think.
I think Boeotia.
Boeotia.
Can we just say Boeotia?
Boeotia. It's called Boeotia. Boetoia.
But yeah, so it's quite clear that the Oracle's like, oh yeah, just give up looking on Europa. Oh, what city should I find? Just follow a cow. It's like,
a lot of cows in this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his sister is literally being banged by a cow.
Yeah, that's it.
Having found the place where he was to build a new city, Cadmus decided to sacrifice the cow to Athena, the goddess of heroic endeavour.
Wow.
For that purpose, he sent his companions to look for pure water to do the sacrifice. So he's like, hey, whilst I'm here, this cow's tired, may as well murder it.
So, starting to say, how should we get off on the right foot? Cow murder!
They found the purest water in a lovely spring. As they were filling their vessels with water, a fierce serpent-like dragon, guardian of the spring, emerged from a nearby cave. The dragon happened to be the son of Ares, the god of war. The horrid serpent, with its crest-like head and venomous teeth shining like gold, slaughtered all the unfortunate companions of Cadmus. Let's just stop there for a little bit.
Okay, let's pause that.
Oh, I'm going to kill this cow. Actually, I need to sacrifice it, and we need clean water. Hey, everybody. Who, by the way, his companions? Have they just followed in here?
Yeah. Well, where's it? Where has he got like a entourage? The smart.
What are you doing? I'm just following this cow. And then he is. So they're like, oh yeah, Cadmus, we'll go and find a nice spring with clean water to do the sacrifice to Athena. Oh, here's a nice spring. Well, let's get some buckets of water. Oh my Jesus! A giant dragon-like venomous creature has emerged from the spring.
Okay, two things. Right.
Do all springs have dragon guardians?
See, that's my first point. First point is, if it's the cleanest water possible, it's got literally a dragon in it. Like, he must be taking shit in there. Or, if not, even if it is quite clean, he's still living in it, right?
Oh, they did say it emerged from a nearby cave, but it doesn't mean to say the dragon isn't drinking in the water.
Oh, he's definitely peeing in it.
Washing in the water.
But also, secondly, the second point is, it does sound like Cadmus had just murdered his friends, but blamed it on this dragon. Yeah. Oh no, this dragon came up and murdered everyone. Oh no, what a stupid thing.
Turns out the springs here have dragons in them. No, they don't. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
People also explode if they look at gods. No, they don't.
Yeah, there's been no cases of dragons ever.
No. Oh, Hercules fought a dragon, to be fair.
Yeah, but come on, he's a steroid monkey.
He was tripping balls.
Yeah.
When his companions failed to return, Cadmus went looking for them, and soon came... If horror films are anything to go by, don't go looking for your friends if they've left you.
Yeah.
Soon came face to face with an enraged dragon. Cadmus attacked the malevolent monster, and after a fierce struggle, managed to slay it. So I'm assuming quite a few of his friends have all perished. He's done it, all right.
Yeah, it's the Theseus syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Also, just to clarify, so this dragon, it's the son of Ares, right?
No.
You know, what did he fuck to make it? Was it a salamander or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, imagine like Zeus is like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck a cow, and he's like, oh, fuck a salamander. You know,
maybe that. Then he sacrificed. Oh, sorry. So he's killed the monster. Then he returned to the cow and still sacrificed it to Athena, who told him to get the teeth of the dragon and plant half of them in the ground.
Remember last time when someone planted teeth of dragon?
That was Hercules did that.
Jason
did that. Sorry, Jason did that.
And it created skeleton people?
It did. As soon as Cadmus did so, a host of fierce warriors appeared out the ground, and before Cadmus could engage them, the armed men began a ferocious and bloody battle amongst themselves. So they sprung out the ground. So it's a bit like Jason.
Yeah.
Warriors spring out the ground and they all fought each other.
And it's just like, oh, hi guys, what a pleasure to meet you. So I've just killed this cow. It's not the greatest start to my city, but you're all welcome. Let's kill each other. He's
in the middle, just watching these guys.
In the space of a day, he started a civil war.
But they're not attacking him.
Yeah, no, but
he's just watching them fuck each other up. At the end of the vicious fight, only 5 warriors were left alive and made peace among themselves. Cadmus is watching all this like, what the hell? These 5 people, called the Spartoi, sown men, subjected themselves to Cadmus and helped him to build the city of Cadmea. After a few years, Cadmus named the city Thebes, after the Egyptian Thebes, founded by his father, Agenor, that was it.
I say that's quite cool. I didn't know
cool.
that.
So it's named after the Egyptian one. In the ancient times, the noble family of Thebes claimed their descent directly from these 5 Spartoi.
Okay, there's a lot to talk about here.
This is Sparta.
Sportoi.
So,
Sportoi, they could literally have killed Cadmus. There's 5 of them. Why didn't they just murder him and become king? Why
they made peace among themselves. And they're like, oh yeah, this man's been watching us this whole time.
Why might murder him as well? He's an accessory. He's witnessed the crime.
But they've sprung out the ground. I don't think these are normal warriors. They're not people. They're spawn of a dragon tooth.
But that brings me on to the next thing. How could they have procreated if they're just skeleton men? Are they real people? And if they are real people, how have they been planted out the ground? How is dragon's teeth so potent? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's 5 Spartoi. Just to clarify, by the way, Europa is still off, by the way.
Yeah,
He's totally forgotten about it.
Well, no, because he's been told it's okay.
Yeah, no, she's been told to stop looking.
Yeah.
So, in the meanwhile, God Ares was outraged at his son, Salamandoi. That's not his name. That his son was killed by Cadmus. He punished a valiant hero with servitude for a period of 8 years, after which Ares not only forgave Cadmus, but also gave him the hand of his daughter, Harmonia, in marriage. So what was this servitude? He had to go to prison, or Greek prison?
You killed my dragon son. You have to do 8 years of something weird that we're not going to mention, and then afterwards I'll let you marry my daughter. What?
I think it's basically had to sacrifice a lot to Ares. I think he basically became a follower of Ares.
Yeah.
Imagine Ares is oh, you killed my son, but be my PA for a bit, and that's fine. Gave Harmonia in marriage. Imagine having a lizard serpent baby and a lovely daughter called Harmonia as well. It's a bit weird. The wedding was solemnly celebrated in Cadmea in the presence of all the gods. Cadmus gave his lovely bride a golden necklace, made by god Hephaestus as a wedding present. So,
why is Cadmus such good friends with the gods, by the way?
I don't know.
Because he is mortal. He's just a human being.
And also, bear in mind, oh no, I can't look at any humans or else they set on fire. He's having the dinner. He's having them all at his wedding.
Can I also say something hilarious? So all the gods are present, meaning Zeus is there.
Yeah.
He's just not telling any of the family members.
Right. Technically, Europa should be here, right? Europa would be there.
Can you imagine doing the speech? I just wish my beloved sister could be here. Zeus is in the back of the room.
Fuck! Yeah! Let me give her some gifts, like 3 people, a man, a dog, and some spears.
I only wish our beloved Europa... Everyone's crying. Our beloved Europa here, who we haven't seen in 20 years. Zeus is like, yeah, what happened to her? I didn't leave her on an island and give...
So,
I didn't marry her off to some weirdo. Yeah.
I left her at Peterborough Services. She's fine. Oh yeah, isn't that weird? That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
So he gave her a...
Also, can you imagine his brothers coming back to the wedding? Hey, you guys look tanned. Where have you been? Well, after we were looking for our other sister, we got lost and... You've been travelling, haven't you? Yeah, we gave up pretty quick. Yeah. Africa's great, by the way. Africa's
great. Very low sun because of Phaon, but I'm black now.
Where's Theseus? He has malaria now.
Imagine, all of those families have done pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, they have. They've done alright. So she's got a golden necklace made by Hephaestus, who made loads of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Harmonia bore Cadmus 5 children. All to know, I know, Semele, Agave, and Polydorus. Now, those are some big names.
Some badass names.
So... Semele later became the mother of Dionysus, the god of wine, as we just discussed.
She did.
That's the person that set on fire.
Yes, it is.
However, the curse of the dragon was still clinging over Cadmus and his family. His family members had troubles and were leading a miserable life. Finally, when civil strife assailed the city he founded, Cadmus abdicated his throne along with his wife, settled in the land of the Enchilians, to the north of the modern Europa area, who made them their king. The Enchilians were engaged in a war with a neighbouring tribe at that time, but when Cadmus was their leader, they managed to win. Okay, before we go any further, there's a lot to digest.
So he's abdicated.
So, well, firstly, he had 5 children. I know being one of them. There's some really big... Polydorus as well. There's some big classical
What does Polydorus name? I recognise that name. Maybe they've briefly come up. I thought they have.
I think I might be thinking of the wrong person, but again...
Semele is definitely the god of Dionysus, the daughter...
mother
of Dionysus.
So he leaves...
Another one that Zeus.
Yeah, right. Cadmus leaves
Isn't that kind of messed up? When Zeus is doing Semele, he is also been doing her aunt.
Wow.
That's her aunt, right?
Yeah,
Europa is her aunt.
That is messed up. Zeus is such a dick.
Yeah.
So Cadmus leaves his throne when when Thebes is in strife, and then he goes to a different place and becomes their king. Out of nowhere as well. It's like, maybe he just handed their CV in. It's like, hello, can I be your king, please?
That's weird.
So the Enchilians. But he wins against the war against the other Enchilians. But it's kind of weird that he leaves because he's sad about war and conflict in his city to then win a war and conflict somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's kind of like... There's a bit mixed messages here, mate.
Yeah.
Cadmus had another son whilst he was there, whom he called Illyria. However, the misfortunes and tragedies in his family continued to trouble him profoundly. He began to have this strange idea that a serpent would be happier than him, as it would have no troubles. Did I read that right?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
However, the misfortunes and tragedies of his family continued to trouble him profoundly. He began to have this strange idea that a serpent would be happier than him, as it would have no troubles. I have no idea what they mean by that.
Let's read on and see if it makes sense.
Yeah.
While he was having these thoughts, he was transformed into a serpent.
I think he's thinking that, I think he was just, what they're saying is he was daydreaming, being a serpent would be pretty cool, because he wouldn't have the worries that he has.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like, it'd be easy.
Maybe he's seen one on a rock, a lizard, and he's thought,
but he has just applied to be a king. He didn't have to. He could have just retired. So the sacred dragon of Ares had its final sweet revenge. Harmonia prayed to the gods to be allowed to share her husband's fate, and was also turned into a serpent. So he just, one day, it's like...
They're both snakes now, boom.
Cadmus, can you rule on this thing? Cadmus? You just see a serpent with a crown on. It's like, okay, can I be like that as well? Yeah, sure, why not? Also, if it's Ares, if his father-in-law made him to that, why has he made him do that?
Yeah.
Is he secretly not liked him, or?
I don't know. That's really weird.
So Ares' daughter is also turned into a serpent as well. Taking pity on this couple, Zeus carried them to the Elysian fields, where the people favoured by the gods would go when they died. So, like Greek heaven, Elysian fields. However, above all, Cadmus is famous for one thing. It is said that he was the man who introduced writing and alphabet and the alphabet into Greece, an alphabet borrowed by the Phoenicians. Through Greece, writing was spread to the Romans and then to the whole of Europe. Europe, like Europa, the sister he forgot about. Wow, that was weird.
That was weird.
There was a lot of messed up stuff in that. Not necessarily WTF, but certainly weird.
Weird, yes, yeah.
Anyway, shall we go straight into the ranking?
Let's rank this mother.
Hey there, my name is Matt Huss, and in this link I have an American accent, and I advocate the safe use of MIFFS podcasts. In small doses.
So Dan, what do you think of Cadmus?
I think that was an interesting story, considering we'd just fresh in our mind from his sister Europa. I like a good city founding myth. There were some big names in that. The gods, obviously.
A lot of links.
Hey, Cadmus, it seems like he's... Do you know what I'm going to think? I think he's like the Thomas Cromwell of the Greeks.
What do you mean?
He was just a normal dude who somehow managed to wriggle his way into the echelons of society.
That's such a good analogy.
Thank you, Matt.
Well
That's actually not a bad one.
That's good.
That's what Thomas Cromwell did, right? Because he wasn't anything special,
Yeah.
and through his politics and blah blah blah, ended up being like massively important
Yeah,
to the
like-
royals and Henry VIII and all that. Those guys.
What's it called?
He's prime minister for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's big old Cromie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after
And that's what he was like. He was
Yeah.
just a normal. Okay, his dad was quite high up in
Aging
the
on, yeah.
aging on, but like he was the youngest son, so he's not destined for anything big.
Yeah, for sure.
And through his sister going, if his sister hadn't gone missing, he wouldn't have had the life he had.
well, again, a lot of stuff wouldn't happen. Like Semele, like
Yeah,
Dionysus
yeah.
wouldn't be born.
Dionysus wouldn't be born. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, also Thebes wouldn't happen. Like,
Thebes
stuff like
wouldn't happen.
Oedipus.
Yeah. King Minos wouldn't have been born.
Yeah. Wow, this is like a proper origin myth. as well.
Yeah.
So let's rank.
Zeus's infidelity
Yeah,
has led to
yeah.
a lot of big family tree being born.
I guess last year the theme has been really kind of. I guess it's been Zeus's infidelity.
Yeah, it has. It has.
So, we're going to rank this out of 40 in 4 categories. We have life skills, the practical things we learned. What things did we learn?
I'm actually trying to think. I don't think it's a huge amount.
How to trace balls in their
How to
steps.
trace balls.
How to sacrifice.
How to sacrifice, yeah.
How to
Kill a serpent.
Or how to be killed by a
How
serpent.
to be killed by a serpent.
How to get clean water.
How to get clean
Ask the
water.
serpent to piss.
Yeah. How to... Oh, it's not huge. How to found a city,
How to found a
ultimately.
city. How to win a war.
Yeah. How to create warriors.
Yep. How to plant and garden and cultivate. How to deal with a lot of civil war.
Yeah. How to have a wedding.
Yes. How to be turned into a serpent. And how to start the alphabet.
And how to start the alphabet. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I'm gonna say 7.
Yeah, 7. Boom.
Morals.
Morals, things we learnt. What did we learn? Morally, obviously. That's why I said morals.
Morals. I guess we learned again, no abduction. That's bad.
Abduction is bad.
But abduction has led to lots of good myths. Sorry, that's a
morals is
don't.
maybe trust the oracle. That seems to be the main thing.
I guess learn. He's a very peaceful leader, as in like he steps down. He's a good leader.
Can I just say something? Sorry to interrupt. I just realised that he may be one of the only people in all these myths that actually listen to the oracle.
Yes, actually, you're bang on there.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Firstly, Cromwell, then the oracle, bam. Because what happens usually?
Usually, the oracle will say, "This is going to happen to you if you do this," and they go, "No, it won't," and then they do it, and the exact thing that they were told would happen happened. Now, this did happen in that he was told to found a city, but it wasn't a negative thing.
Yeah.
They said, "Look, do us a favour and found a city. It'll work out for you," and he was like, "All right."
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other myths, I feel like they would have been like, "No, I'm looking for my sister,"
Yeah.
and then it would have gone. Do you know what I mean? It would have gone wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's the first time when it's actually paid off. It's actually quite
Or
successful.
they just completely ignore the oracle, don't they? In a lot of myths, and then they're like, "Well, told you so." He actually did what they said.
I honestly can't really think of any moral stuff here. It's quite
No.
because he's quite a moral. He's quite a nice person.
The things
But-
I'm thinking of, we're going to be WTF in a minute, so I won't say them. But morals, there's no moral. It's just an interesting foundation, origin story. There's not an interesting.
And there's no kind of like, we learn not to. We learn that if you want to get married, you have to murder a serpent and do 8 years servitude.
Yes, that's true.
And even that won't
That's more WTF, I think.
I'm going to say either 1 or 2.
I think it's a 1.
Yeah,
it's
do
really,
1.
It's really a 1. Not quite as bad as that time Laura Lex gave something a 0, but
Yeah, dark times.
creativity.
Okay, I think it's
relatively creative. It's how a city was founded. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Alphabet as well.
Alphabet, pretty cool. Lots of characters.
And it's a scene throughout mythology as well.
Yes, a mixture of gods and humans and kings and warriors
Yeah.
and spells and creatures. We like all that kind of stuff. It's got a mix of everything.
Mixture of monsters and gods and normal people. I'm going to say 8.
I think an 8. WTF. There's a few things that are WTF, but I think they weren't so
let's go
much.
through 'em.
They weren't so much written in the text, but I think they were the undertones. The
Give me-
subcontext is WTF.
Give it to me
Like,
on
for
a
example, how Zeus was at the wedding
Yes.
of Cadmus when he was the whole reason that
This is happening in the first
This
place.
is happening in the first place, and no one knows. No one ever actually finds out it's Zeus. We
Yeah.
know because it's happening miles away in Crete.
Also, how many times do you reckon that this similar situation has happened to Zeus, but he has been invited to the product of his fuckery. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh, I'm at this wedding, which because imagine that
Great wedding, guys.
like
Yeah.
Thetis, the one that started Achilles. You know,
Yeah.
like, that wedding and the Civil War. You know what I mean? That all happened because of Zeus and all that kind of fuckery. You know what I mean? It's all to do with Zeus. Everything in Greek myth has to do with Zeus, and it's never a good thing.
No.
So yeah, what about WTF?
WTF?
Again, the fact that he created the alphabet.
The fellow created the alphabet. Zeus would have slept with the girl, like Semele would have been the aunt of, or would have been the niece of Europa. So Zeus has got around, and again, not ever told anyone. And we know her messed up backstory, which is that she births a child and then he sets fire to her.
Yeah, and also having 5 kids that kind of famous as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. In terms of messed upness, though, I mean, the warriors coming out of the ground's pretty messed up.
Also, the murdering of the Cadmus's people.
Cadmus's
The
people.
fact that Cadmus had an entourage anyway.
Yeah, why's he got an entourage? Why is there a serpent guarding clean water?
The fact that he gave up on his sister so easily.
Yes,
The
yeah.
fact he listened to an oracle. And being...
Yeah, the fact that he took someone's advice in a Greek myth makes this WTF.
It's not blood and guts gore. There's some really weird stuff and a lot of confusing stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
There's like the fact he just turns into a serpent. That's genuinely a very bewildering thing.
Yes, that is
I think
weird.
I'll give it points for WTF, but it's more confusing than. And the fact that his daughter is because his father-in-law did it to him, technically because of the serpent. But even though he's been forgiven, and
That was kind of WTF. The whole prison. Did we mention the whole prison thing? That was WTF.
yeah, no, we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, is
yeah,
imprisoned by.
Well,
his...
I think it's more servitude. So
Yeah, but then you would marry, but then getting given the daughter.
yeah, that's kind of weird. It's like, oh, you murdered my son, marry my
My
daughter.
daughter, yeah.
Like, murder her too. Also, not major WTF, but imagine being Ares, the god of war, and your daughter is Ares, god of war. My daughter is Harmonia. it's a bit,
Harmonia. Her brother is a serpent demon, though.
yeah.
To be fair.
But the salamander. That's weird.
That's pretty weird. I reckon it's relatively high. 7 or 8.
I think 7 because it's
7.
not.
Yeah, it's not
It's
crazy
not blood
high.
and guts, though, is it?
Yeah.
It's like because remember like stuff like Echo and Orpheus, where they get like shredded at the rocks. There's no
Yes.
gore. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
weird, but there's no kind of like brutality. If you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fact that he also won the war against the Echelon with the Echelon.
Yeah, that was when he just became king again.
Yeah. So I think 7, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So 7 plus 1 plus 8 plus 7 equals
23.
bam, right in the knicker. Oh, last one of the year.
Last one of the year.
Dan,
Here's to 2018, Matt. Wait, what? 2019.
Dan, instead of me thinking about my 3 worst moments of 2018, can you say them for me, please?
Your worst moments?
Yeah.
Last time you told me to do something this savage, and then I got in trouble.
We didn't get in trouble. In fact, I paraded it. Go ahead, Dan. You have permission. This last time you've been mean to me.
Okay,
in 2018.
one of them is a big one, and I'm dealing with it right now as we speak, and that is that you had to spend all of 2018 living in a caravan.
Yeah, right.
And that
right.
is now ended, because you have genuinely a very lovely house.
Yes.
I think you'd agree.
For sure.
And it's been built, and it's paid off.
Yeah.
So that's cold as fuck. So it must have been slightly warmer than this though, because you would have had the heating on.
Yeah, but also like imagine waking up to this. You know?
Yeah.
So explain to the listener how cool it is.
It's just very cold because it's like
what can you equate it to?
I do think there's no breeze, which is obviously nice, which means but we've both got our coats on.
Yeah, like it feels like it's like stepping outside.
It's like stepping outside. Yeah, I would say it's like a cold train station.
Yeah.
It's like indoors, so there's not a breeze, but it's not warm. And then like London Waterloo on a cold day.
It's not Sherlock Holmes novel.
So you live in a caravan. That wasn't great.
Uh-huh.
You had a love life problem.
Well, I think throughout the year it's been many failed attempts. Infatuation. And what's the third one? I live quite a blissed life.
Didn't you have a car crash this year? Am I right in saying that?
No, that was
that was a couple of years ago. It all merges into one. I get confused.
No, but I think it's easy. I get bogged down in those small things quite a lot. I'm quite one to if something small happens, which is negative, it really affects my day. But I often forget about how great things are as well. I was having a bit of a bum day, a downer day. Not like I wasn't just
Not Ganymede.
yeah. I was having a bit of a down day, and it was one. I just went for a walk in the park, and I was like, I get to do comedy, which is my passion in life. I'm doing the things I like. I do a podcast with my best friend, and everything's pretty decent. It's all fun,
Yeah, it's
and
alright.
I have people that care for me. Like, honestly, it's brought like you just. I get so forgetful of the good things. You know?
Yes, yeah.
And this actually, like, to be very earnest for a moment, this podcast is a weekly reminder of how a small action can really change so much. Like when we met each other at university, we never even would imagine this would lead on to it. But this is one of my favourite things in my whole life, and for the last year I've been super proud of it as well. So,
Thank you, Matt.
would you say the same?
I would say the same. I really like MIFFs. Do you know what I want to apologise for, Matt? This is speaking earnestly for the podcast. I'm sorry that I do so much for this podcast.
Sit tight, listener. This is going to get very intense. Go on then, Dan. You do so much for the podcast, do you?
And I'm thinking of taking a step down in
Oh,
2018.
really? Could you step down from nothing, hey? Could you do less? What? You know what? Next time, don't even fucking turn up. You know? In fact, you did it on the Laura Lex episode. Fuck me. I honestly don't know how much you could do less, Dad.
I could just not turn up to the podcast.
Well, it was sometimes during recording, Dan, I might as well have.
I knew you'd enjoy that joke.
Enjoy. No, you're nice. Yeah.
No, I've enjoyed 2018. It's been good.
2018, I think. I think it's been a crowning. What's been your favourite myth this year?
Favourite myth this year,
Or favourite
of the
person in
46.
Or favourite person in mythology? Your choice.
I've got a top 10. I've got some really funny moments, but some of them are not. I don't think we ever broadcasted them because. Oh
Yeah. No.
Oh no. Okay, I've got to do this quickly because I feel like I'm just. Okay, do you have one?
I really like the Avengers kind of myth.
I really like Caledonian Boar.
Oh
Hunt
yeah,
was a good one.
or like stuff like Kronos. Or like, you know what? I loved Hercules and Jason.
Yeah, and
the big ones.
Oedipus.
And
I
the
like
Iliad.
Oedipus. I like Iliad.
Right?
Yeah.
The Troy.
I think I
Saga.
liked Hercules actually. It was nice to actually officially see his 12 labours, and I felt sorry for the guy. Oh, I'll tell you what else I liked: House of Pelops.
Oh,
The whole
Pelops.
chariot, yeah, and how that affected. I like learning. Basically, I only knew of big names in Greek myths.
Yeah.
The big boys from movies and maybe just everyday life, as we all did, but not actually ever knowing what what their role in mythology was and how they linked. They all linked, as we've just seen from this episode. And I've just been interesting learning about myths.
I think there's one character we really can. I think one character is probably our favourite, and we couldn't really have done the podcast without this character. And I don't want you to cry, Dan, but I do want to just say a very heartfelt thank you to Brian the Eagle.
Brian the Eagle.
Thank you, Brian. You've been a staple to our podcast.
Yeah, he was a good character. King
And-
Minos has been a staple since day one.
God, yeah. And you know, it's a very underrated character. Your Australian King Midas. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was sexy.
That was sexy.
He did-
Oh my God! Everything's turned to gold.
That was no, it's more like
That was his daughter that he turned to gold.
Yeah, but you have to be like.
No, King Minos talk like that.
Oh,
Yeah, he talked like this.
And how about Bellerophon? Oh, he was a good, wasn't he?
Bellerophon.
Hello, I am Bellerophon. I am a duke.
Hey man, I'm Pegasus. Nay, yeah. Kick some.
Nay, motherfucker.
Giddy up, bitch. Pegasus, I should be riding you. Not today. Not today.
That's funny. Oh man,
You ain't Perseus, bitch.
you don't own me.
We've had some weird myth moments in this year. There's been some weird myths, some weird stuff.
What's one of the most fucked up?
Semele exploding into flames and then everyone acting like that's normal. It's not normal.
And like
Kronos
castration
and this Aphrodite, who by the way is meant to be the most beautiful thing that's ever lived, was the form of spunk in the sea foam.
And also cloud jizz.
Cloud jizz. A woman got pregnant from a cloud, people. A woman got pregnant from a cloud.
That sounds like a Jerry Carl.
Bellerophon was actually weird because didn't he like just basically commit mass genocide?
Like 3 days straight.
3 days of absolutely. He wiped out like the Amazon. He wiped out everybody, and it was just normal.
Yeah, and
I've had some weird ones. Everything Zeus has done.
Yeah, and you know, I've visited you at work. I've edited the podcast. I've produced the podcast.
We belly slapped.
Yeah, we belly slapped. You mentioned the other day how cold it is today, and a couple of nigh on the days where we had to we were sweating in your room.
It doesn't feel like we said earlier. It didn't feel that long ago.
Yeah. Well, Dan, thank you for being a great co-host in this podcast, and I'm looking for. I think 2019 will be even better.
Matt, I have an announcement.
You're leaving the podcast.
I've decided to take the rest of the year out.
But are you going to Slovenia?
Yeah, I've decided to take the rest of 2018 out.
No, the rest of 2018.
The rest of 2018.
I missed. So where are you going?
To work probably.
Will you be back next week for 2019?
I'll give it a go.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
And
I just need to reset my calendar.
Is that what it is? Just no, my iPhone's broken. So a couple of announcements, listener. So in the next couple of months, and in the next month or so, we're going to be starting some big new projects. We have one big epic in the pipeline. Also, we're going to do a couple of short ones in the meantime, but we're going to have some big stuff.
Tell you what is impressive about 2019? I don't know how we need to sort down on that, but at some point in 2019, there are going to be some myths that aren't Greek.
Yep. Well, I think we're going to. We'll have the discussion.
We'll have the discussion later, but that's going to be exciting, right?
But we'll
learn some whole new characters.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a whole new mythology as well. But that's in the future. We're going to do a lot more Greek and Roman stuff for a time.
That's into 2019. That's
proper. But why don't you catch up with us and all of our juicy gossip online? You can join us at the MIFFS fan page. Yeah. If you search for Miss Podcast Misfits, that's what you are. You are Misfits, and you can join our group. It'd be great to have you there. Post up the links, what you thought about the episodes. Dan has the scoreboard up there, don't you, Dan?
Yep.
Still hasn't posted it. Maybe in 2019 he might do it.
Yeah, maybe.
But then also you can find us on Miss Podcast on Twitter as well. We tweet some stuff. And you can also follow me whilst you're there. Follow me, Matt Hoss Comedy. I do lots of live stuff. Come and see me live in 2019. I'm a rat hoot, you guys.
Yeah.
And also, you can see me. Also, why don't you email us at misspodcast@gmail.com for the personal touch.
Matt, I've just got one really quick question, and we're going to do this on the New Year's Eve episode of 2019 to 20.
Hold on. 5 stars on iTunes, please. If you haven't done that already, give us it as like a New Year's Eve present. Go on.
And that's quickly, so we can recap this in a year's time. What's your resolution for 2019?
New Year's... Oh, that's a good one. New Year's resolution. To see a boob.
See a boob?
No. Should I do it? Do you want a serious one?
Go on. It'd be interesting to see if we've redone it. I think I've got one. Mine's nice and easy.
What's yours?
Mine's to visit 3 new countries.
Oh, that's like breathing air for you.
4 new countries. There you are, 4.
My New Year's resolution is to eat 13 Weetabixes in a single podcast.
That's a good one.
That is my resolution.
Okay, that's a good one.
And I will only remember it like the week before the end of 2019. Because I don't want to do it.
Let's see if we've done this. But yeah, it's been great 2018, and we'll see you next week in 2019, people.
Well, thank you for making this such a special year in 2018. Have a lovely day.
See ya. Bye.
Myths. Myths, 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 myths.
Before we go, Dan, there's a little blooper material. On the scale of 1 to 10, you know when people are going to be it's New Year's Eve, people are enjoying their parties and stuff like that. Do you reckon they'll be like, "Oh wait, guys, stop the party, stop the music. I know you're all gathered here because we're all big Miss fans. So should we put on the podcast last minute? It's like 10, 9, welcome to." Do you reckon people will play us at parties on New Year's Eve?
I think the jingle of Myth should be how you start the first second of the new
year. How
you
should finish the end of the year and start the new year.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're not a fucking fan.
And you're an idiot. And you're probably the same person that listened to us at Christmas.
Me. Bye, guys.